welcome to Tower of God Season 2, Episode 1. I'm really excited about today because, I mean, this is a show. I didn't do reactions to Season 1 on this channel because I wasn't doing this channel when Season 1 came out. But because of that, you know, I'm going to tell you guys some context about my relationship with this series. But hi, if you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Gent, and this is my channel, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like my vibe. If you do like my vibe at all, there's a lot of videos on this channel, so go check out some of the other series, see if you like them. I also have a Gent Watches One Piece channel where I watch One Piece. So, Tower of God, right? Season 1 of this came out in 2020, I think, so that was 4 years ago. I think about a year earlier than that, so 5 years ago, I was like looking for something interesting that maybe I could read, and I had heard about this thing called Tower of God, and so I tried it out at the time, and I kind of really loved it. So as context, going into this season, I did in fact read some of Tower of God. There's so many chapters of Tower of God. I didn't read all of it by far, but I did read a bit of Tower of God. But here's the thing: it was 5 years ago, and it is a complicated series, and I also was not great at following what was going on because I was reading it like in bed late at night. I was already like, my brain wasn't working properly. And I was new to reading stuff like that, you know, webtoons and comics, manga, that sort of stuff. Like I didn't read much of it. So there's 100,000 reasons why I didn't retain much information for it. But I do want to be honest and say, like, I'd read it before I watched Season 1, and I really liked Season 1, and seeing it come to life in Season 1, even though there were some, you know, there's some issues with the anime, I would say. You know, I think the pacing was a little condensed because they were condensing a lot of information into one season. And, you know, there were some little things here and there, but it still, overall, I think it's a really, really cool series. And I've been waiting and begging for a Season 2. Now, it has been 4 years since the last season, so that entire time I've been begging for it, but I haven't touched the series really in those 4 years, I think. And so I truly only remember bits and pieces. Like I kind of remember some visuals, but I don't really remember the main story of what is going to happen in the series. Now, in terms of what happened in Season 1, how much I remember of that, before I started doing this, I watched a recap video of the whole first season so that I could, like, remind myself of everything that happened. And I know for a fact, because of how packed Tower of God Season 1 was, I know for a fact the recap video probably missed a lot of stuff. But I think I got the general vibe of what's going on, and of course I remember the big major events. What I do remember about what we're about to go into with Season 2 is this is the point in the story where it's like the prologue is over, so it kind of starts fresh-ish, you know, like what we're about to watch. I think for the most part will be relatively self-contained because it's like it's picking up from a completely different place at a different time. So I'm looking forward to checking this out because I think it's a great series. It's super interesting. It's right up my alley in terms of, like, it's got some weird out of the box fun games, you know, and it's just got like really interesting and weird world building, and it's got some cool character designs that I really enjoy. It's got some best girls in it. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I love. So yeah, we're gonna be jumping into this episode. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I have to say before we get started. Oh yeah, the OP of this season, I already did a reaction to it, but it's not on the channel yet, right? I recorded a reaction to it that will be in like a compilation of reactions to openings that I will be doing for the season. So just keep your eye out for a whatever season it is right now, openings reaction video that I'll be doing, and my first reaction to the Tower of God OP will be in there. But otherwise, make sure to support the video if you can. I'm a small channel, so please make sure to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length version of these reactions, as well as early access for certain shows, exclusive videos for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel as well. But without further ado, let's jump into Tower of God Season 2, Episode 1. Interesting seeing all of this in the new animation style, actually. I just watched a recap of the first season, because they've completely updated the animation style. I don't have any strong feelings one way or the other. I like both of the styles. Man, I love Endorsi though, she's so great. I'm gonna find them by myself. Fuck the tower's promise. Huarion. Yuri! Now is Yuri short or are those guys really tall? Or are they statues? She doesn't look short there. Muscheni? What a strange name. I mean, you started it. Garam?
そんな簡単に死ぬわけがない。
Damn, it's faith. And faith in the right place. Interesting.
さあもうすぐザハードの王子が帰ってくる。
Okay. Man, yeah, I really don't remember much at all. It's funny because this is like a mystery series, and I've forgotten all the mysteries. I truly just remember like character visuals and maybe one or two moments, but I don't even know if those moments that I remember happened in this season. I doubt they would. Oh, the music's still done by Kevin Perkin. 20th floor. Okay, for E rank. Oh, I'm gonna be taking so many notes for this. Yeah, it makes sense. This is the highest you can possibly go if you're a scrub. Oh my god! He's dead. Hello? She keeps making you fail? Oh no. You got a loan shark. Oh! Jeez. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Oh my god. Oh, that's... that's awful. That's disgusting. So if he doesn't pay it back, he loses organs. Oh my god. Yeah, fuck off, I know. That kid's like, wow, what a nice man. Aww. Okay, damn. Yeah, seems like a lot of people were in that situation. Aww. You're so sweet. Aww. That's adorable. 30-minute survival game. Okay. Okay. We deem incapacitated. So he has Pokeballs. Ja Wangnan. Oh shit. Oh my god. They just fade away. Don't give up. It's a smart strategy sometimes. Okay, we'll stop making those faces. He's not gonna trust someone who's making faces like that. Well, he's not killing you. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, see, if you just gotta charge at the first person you see. He's got a little wing. One wing. Well, you just have to survive here. Oh, that's cute. You just have to survive here for 30 minutes, right? It said you can attack each other, but it didn't say you have to. Aww. Well, you haven't... There's no problems yet. It's funny how, like, our main character is like, you know, the douchebag. Like, normally this is the douchebag character in the situation. Oh. Oh. Yeah, come on, don't make enemies, man. 10 out of 10. Ah, there's not many people here. Man, this guy's got a villainous voice and design. Don't think about shit like that right now. Actually, it's probably the best time to think about this shit. Damn, man. Oh, right. You're the hindrance. She's holding up the girl's hand. Oh, shit. Oh, you're gonna get fucked up. Oh, I feel like this guy's turning into fodder now. Oh! I loved the music switch up there. Jeez. Oh! What was that from? Oh, that was from him. Now he's gonna make enemies. More enemies. Oh shit! Oh shit! This animation's cool! Holy shit! I love these visuals. Fug. Oh, okay. Anti-jihad. Fug is a funny name. You have 10 minutes. You have to survive 10 minutes. Ah, interesting that they're working together now. Oh, damn. I love the visuals of this episode. Oh. Oh no. I know that feeling. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh man. They did a lot to him. Those bombs are effective. Oh! What the fuck? the hell? That's like a Titan ability. Time up. Whoa. I like how the others get along now because they kind of had a common enemy in that test. Oh, holy shit. That sound. Fuck, man. Oh, it's the webtoon. Kinda. Wait. Are these all red because they're spoilers? It would be really cool if they revealed these throughout the season, but they're all spoilers now. Because otherwise, why would you do it like this, you know? Man, that flew by. I loved that. I mean, I think having the right expectations for it, like I knew kind of what I was in for, so that helped me a lot. I feel like I remember when I was reading the webcomic, and again, what I was watching this episode, I kind of remembered visually some of these things, but like the actual sequence of events and like the theories of how a lot of this stuff comes together and where we're going from here, I really don't have a great grasp on it. So like, here's how I'm going to make sure to do it, by the way. So because I don't want to spoil anyone who's watching this, and who is an anime only, who hasn't read the webtoon or anything. I definitely don't want to spoil you. The good news is I don't think I can for most things. But I'm going to be extra careful. But basically, if there's anything that I think I know, like I think I do actually remember, then I'm just not going to speculate on it or anything. But if I'm ever like theory crafting or whatever, I'm theory crafting because I know that I don't know this for sure, you know? But I don't think there'll be much theory crafting going on. I don't tend to be really a theory craft YouTuber anyway. I like to go into character intentions and characters that I like and stuff like that, but I don't tend to make many theories on where the story's going. But anyway, yeah, I remember though when I remember the feeling while I was reading the webtoon when this part of the story came up, and it's like, oh shit, we're like following someone new that we've never seen before, and like I don't know what's going on, and I don't know, like all these characters that I'd come to get connected to in the start of the story, like they're all just not here, you know? We're just meeting a bunch of new characters. So I remember I was a little thrown off by it, and it was kind of sad. So it took me a little while to like connect to it, but like I think now I'm going into it knowing that, like I before I started this episode, that is what I remembered about it. I knew that we were jumping into this, so I was just completely on board with it, you know, like 100% on board from the start, and really enjoyed every second of this episode. I think this show visually looks really good. Like Season 1 had this thing where it had a very different art style to basically anything else. Like, I hadn't really seen any show that had an art style quite like Tower of God, and I was never sure how to feel about it. I liked it. I liked how unique it was, but then at times I thought it looked a little strange, and it, for some reason, to me, at times looked low budget, but then it wasn't low budget because the animation sequences, like the actual cuts of animation, were at times gorgeous, like really cool. So it was clearly like not like a low budget show or anything, but it just had that vibe to me. And so like I was sort of back and forth on it. Like I really liked the uniqueness of it, and I liked some of the sequences a lot, but at the same time there was times when I found it a little distracting, I guess. But with this season so far, the animation style is like, I think this has been like minorly criticized from what I've seen so far. I saw like, you know, someone posted a comparison picture between season 1 and season 2's visuals, and I remember seeing people complaining that like, oh, now it looks the same as every other anime. And so it doesn't have that unique thing anymore. And I get that, but firstly, season 1's animation, it wasn't like widely beloved. You know, there were a lot of people complaining about it when it came out, I remember. And a lot of people didn't really give it much of a chance because the animation looked kind of strange. But, or the art style looked kind of strange, rather. But also, I feel like the animation changes, even though it made it look, you know, a lot like other anime, I still think the animation style they chose fits the show and looks good, and I think for me at least, the characters and the world have a distinct enough visual style that I don't think it also needs a distinct art style. I think the art style can be more generic because the show's vibe to me and the character designs to me feel visually distinct, and the like power sets and the looks of the power sets and stuff, they feel like, I love the flowy nature of a lot of the powers, like the fact that they function sort of like water. That just feels really cool to me. So I think it really works for this episode, and I really all the fight sequences in this episode were gorgeous, like really, really great looking. I had a great time watching them. I think they looked amazing, and now after watching this first episode, I can't wait for the season. I mean, we barely did anything in this episode. I feel like we just kind of had some stuff with the princesses of Jihad right at the start, and then we met our main guy, whose name is Ja Wangnan, right? We met him, found out he's in debt. He went to the tests, and they did one small test where they just had to sit in a room for half an hour. That was all we really did, but I was enthralled. I was really invested the entire time. So I loved it. Now, here's the thing that I want to say about the ending, like the actual credits, because they started the credits with these screenshots. You know, these basically, they see, I don't know if they're technically direct images from the webtoon, but they look pretty similar. If they're not direct images from the webtoon, it's definitely like, you know, picking up that vibe. If you never read a webtoon before, because I remember, like, especially after I'd read like manga or whatever, you get used to like manga style, but webtoons and manhwa, is that what they're called, tend to have a very different visual style, and a lot of the time they look like this. They're like fully colored, you know, they fully colored, and they've got a certain lighting to them that you kind of get used to, like, and they tend to be read like vertically as well. Instead of like pages, you like scroll through it. So if you've read something like Tower of God or Solo Leveling or the million other God of High School, million other, you know, famous ones out there or non-famous ones, they tend to be like scroll things. Anyway, the point is, so it started with that, but then the rest of the credits was like these red boxes, and then some of them would have like speech bubbles coming out of them or whatever that had credits on them. But that makes me think, like, what, because it feels like that is a stupid looking credit sequence, unless what you're doing is those red eyes are specifically, and I think those red eyes are like the symbol that's on like the Black March or whatever, isn't it? What was I saying? The reason you would do this, I would think, is there's spoilers that as we go through the season, we're going to meet new characters or see new situations or whatever, and they're going to put in those things into the credits. Now, I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much for that, because I really like that idea, and I always like when shows adjust their OP or their ED as the season goes on. I think that's a really cool thing, and I wish more shows did it. The reason I'm hesitant on this theory completely is because I've been burned by this exact show before. In season 1 of Tower of God, the opening, the OP was a sort of generic Like the song was pretty decent, you know, it was very strange, but it was pretty decent. I didn't mind it. But the visuals were like very generic visuals of Balm, like standing somewhere or be falling somewhere or doing whatever, you know, and they were very, very general visuals, and they didn't show anything. They didn't show any other characters, any other locations. It was just a sequence of weird shots of Balm. And I always, like, when I first saw it, I thought, that's a little like boring for such an interesting show. But then I remember someone at some point back then said, oh, I think I know what they're gonna do. Because Tower of God, like, doesn't want to give away anything about, you know, the show, they've started with this OP, but there's times where it, like, fades to black or whatever. And those times, I think what they're gonna do is, as the season goes on, they're gonna start adding in some of those scenes. So the scenes that we've seen, or like characters that we've seen, they start putting them in the OP, so it becomes more and more interesting over time. And by the end of the season, we're gonna have a full OP with like all the different characters in it. And I thought, that sounds awesome. Like, I really, really hope they do that, because then it feels like we're getting rewarded each episode with a little bit more, you know? And then they didn't do it, and it was just boring the whole season. Like, that seemed like that was never in their plans, and it was actually just a boring OP. So I was like, after seeing that, it's funny that I'm having that theory with Tower of God again, but this time seems more convincing, just because the ED, if it's not that, is so weird. Like, having a few pictures and then nothing, and just weird red boxes. Like, it has to be. It surely has to be that they'll add to it over time. But yeah, so that was great. I don't think there's anything else, because the rest, I've got a lot of notes for this. If you don't know, on this channel I take notes while I'm watching shows. I've got a lot of notes on this episode, but they're all names of characters, because they said a lot of names of characters in this. So I don't actually have many things to talk about other than that. But, you know, I feel like for a first episode, you know, I talked a decent amount, and it was, I don't want to keep repeating this over and over again, but I thought it was a great episode. I had a fantastic time with it, so I can't wait for next week already. But yeah, that is Tower of God, Season 2, Episode 1. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.